Hi everyone. In today's video, we're covering scholarship and exchange program interviews in Hong Kong universities. Once you're enrolled at university, you'll encounter competitive opportunities beyond admission. Scholarships can fund your studies or recognize achievements. Exchange programs let you study abroad for a semester. But they require interviews that work differently from admission interviews. Let us explore what these interviews assess and how to prepare effectively. Let's get started. When universities interview you for admission, they're deciding whether to accept you as a student. The stakes are clear. Once you're admitted, scholarship and exchange interviews operate under different assumptions. The university has already accepted you. They know you're capable of university-level work. Now they're selecting among qualified students for limited opportunities. This changes the entire dynamic. The bar is higher because everyone being interviewed has already cleared the basic threshold. Whether you're applying for scholarships or exchange programs, interviews consistently evaluate three fundamental areas. First, they assess merit demonstration. You need concrete evidence of achievement beyond decent grades. This might be leadership in student organizations or research assistance experience. They want to see you've actually done something meaningful, not just attended classes. Other than that, they evaluate fit with the opportunity's purpose as well. Every scholarship has specific goals. Some support students from particular backgrounds. Others reward academic excellence in certain disciplines. Exchange programs partner with specific universities for strategic reasons. Your interview must show you genuinely align with these objectives. Last but not least, they are checking your commitment to contribute back. Universities invest in these opportunities expecting returns. Scholarship recipients should enhance the university's reputation through achievements. Exchange students should bring back knowledge that enriches the home campus. They want assurance you won't just take the benefit and disappear. Scholarship interviews vary significantly depending on funding sources. Let's break down what you'll encounter. Scholarship interviews typically fall into two main categories, each with distinct formats. Merit-based scholarships focus on academic achievement and leadership potential. These interviews often involve panels of 3 to 5 faculty members. Expect 20 to 30 minutes of structured questions about your accomplishments and future plans. Some prestigious scholarships include multiple interview rounds, starting with departmental panels and advancing to university-wide committees. Donor-funded scholarships work differently. Wealthy individuals establish these funds with specific intentions. Maybe they want to support students from disadvantaged backgrounds pursuing environmental studies. These interviews might include the donors themselves alongside university representatives. The conversation feels more personal. They want to see if you embody the values they care about, not just whether you have impressive credentials. When you sit before a scholarship panel, they're evaluating specific qualities that transcend your transcript. They need to see quantifiable impact from your activities. Therefore, don't just say you were president of a student club. Try to make things specific and state clearly what you accomplished. Cite figures like the membership increase by 40%, number of participants you attracted in the event you organized. Concrete outcomes matter because they prove you can execute, not just hold titles. Your capacity to articulate future vision is another aspect scholarship interviews emphasize more than other interview types. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? How does this scholarship enable that path? Vague answers like "I want to help society" won't work. Once again, you need specificity. Maybe you want to research sustainable urban planning and eventually influence Hong Kong housing policy. The vision should sound ambitious yet grounded in realistic steps. Donor-funded scholarships particularly want to see value alignment. If a scholarship supports underprivileged students, your story should demonstrate genuine understanding of economic hardship and determination to overcome it. Research the scholarship's mission beforehand and prepare to speak sincerely about how it resonates with your experiences. Fortunately, scholarship interviews often follow predictable patterns. Let me walk through typical questions and effective response strategies. Why do you deserve this scholarship? Appears in almost every interview. Weak answers focus on personal need. Better responses connect your accomplishments to the scholarship's purpose. Structure it this way: acknowledge what the scholarship represents, then demonstrate through specific examples how you've already lived its values. If it's a leadership scholarship, discuss a challenging situation where you mobilized others toward a goal. Show them you're the embodiment of what they're trying to support. How will this scholarship impact your education? Requires more than saying it reduces financial burden. Frame your answer around opportunities the funding unlocks. Maybe it lets you take unpaid research positions instead of part-time jobs. Connect the money directly to concrete educational gains. For need-based scholarships, discussing financial circumstances feels uncomfortable. You don't need to overshare painful details. Be straightforward about your family situation, then pivot quickly to what you've accomplished despite challenges. The emphasis should be on your resilience, not on soliciting sympathy. Scholarship interview preparation demands deep background research before you even think about your answers. Start by thoroughly investigating the scholarship's origins. Who established it? When and why? What have past recipients accomplished? This information usually appears on university websites. Understanding the founder's values helps you frame your entire narrative appropriately. Next, develop your impact narrative. This differs from a simple resume recitation. Choose 3 significant achievements that demonstrate different dimensions of your capability. For each one, prepare to discuss not just what you did but the measurable outcomes. Practice articulating these stories until they sound natural. You should be able to deliver them conversationally within 2 minutes each. Finally, prepare intelligent questions for the closing portion of the interview. Don't ask about scholarship amount. Those are administrative details. Instead, ask about expectations for scholarship recipients. Do they organize events where you'll represent the scholarship? These questions show you're already thinking about how to maximize the opportunity. Exchange program interviews operate under different priorities. Let's explore what makes these conversations distinct. Exchange interviews assess whether you can represent your university well abroad and return with valuable insights. Cultural adaptability sits at the heart of what interviews care about. You'll spend months in an unfamiliar environment, possibly speaking a different language and navigating different academic systems. Interviews probe whether you can handle this independently. They might ask about previous experiences living away from family, looking for evidence of flexibility rather than just enthusiasm for travel. Academic planning becomes equally important because exchange isn't vacation. You're taking courses that should integrate into your degree progression. Come prepared to discuss specific courses at the host university and how they complement your major. If you've browsed the host institution's course catalog and thought about credit transfer, you're proving you understand exchange as an educational opportunity. Beyond your own growth, interviews want to know what you'll bring back. Universities participate in exchange programs partly because returning students enrich the home campus with new perspectives. Maybe you'll take part in sharing sessions for students interested in that region, or apply new methodologies to your final year project. The university is investing in you with the expectation that the benefits extend beyond your personal experience. To prepare for the interview, it is worth the time to invest effort understanding the host university's strengths. What are they known for academically? What makes their approach to your discipline different from Hong Kong? If you're a business major applying to exchange at a European university, you should understand how their business education emphasizes different theories than Asian institutions. This shows genuine intellectual curiosity. Language considerations matter significantly, even for English-taught programs. If you're exchanging to a non-English speaking country, interviews might test your language proficiency. If you don't speak the local language yet, explain how you'll manage daily life and what steps you're taking to learn basics before departure. Demonstrate awareness that you'll still need some local language skills for daily activities. Prepare to discuss cultural awareness without resorting to stereotypes. You should show interest in the host country's culture, but avoid reducing it to superficial observations about food. Better to discuss contemporary social issues in that country. This demonstrates maturity and serious preparation. The preparation you've done for the host university only matters if the interview can clearly see it during your conversation. When the interviews ask why you chose this particular university, resist the urge to list rankings or reputation. Instead, reference something specific you discovered during your research that genuinely resonated with you. Maybe their business faculty emphasizes case study methodology more than your current institution, and you're curious how this shapes student thinking differently. Or perhaps they have a unique interdisciplinary center that connects to your academic interests. The specificity signals you've engaged seriously with what makes this institution distinct, not just that you want to study abroad somewhere. The same principle applies when discussing courses. Don't just mention course codes and titles from their catalog. Explain why particular courses caught your attention relative to what you've already studied. If you've taken organizational behavior here and noticed their equivalent course includes more cross-cultural management content, say so. This kind of comparative thinking proves you understand exchange as an academic dialogue between two institutions, not a one-way consumption of new experiences. Your cultural awareness should emerge through the same subtle integration rather than direct proclamation. When discussing how you'll adapt, reference contemporary aspects of the host country's society that you've learned about, not tourist information. This transforms "I'm culturally aware" from a claim into evident reality. Scholarship and exchange interviews open doors to transformative university experiences, but they're competitive. Selection committees look for students who will maximize these opportunities and contribute back to the university community. Good luck with your applications and interviews ahead. Thanks for watching.